Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Astrodify. Today we are going to discuss about Sannyas Yoga. What is Sannyas Yoga? What are the results that it gives if it occurs in anyone's horoscope? And we will discuss it with two examples, two example horoscopes. So let's start the video. Now let's see that what are the main planets which are involved in this yoga. First of all, Sannyas Yoga means renouncing your family life and going towards spirituality. That is the meaning of sannyas, taking sannyas from your grihastha ashram. Grihastha ashram means your family life and going towards spirituality. So what are the main planets which are responsible for creating this yoga in anyone's horoscope? These main planets are your Sun, Moon, Jupiter, Saturn, Rahu and Ketu. Sun and Moon, because Sun is your soul, natural Atma Karak, and Moon is your mind. So both of them should be inclined towards spirituality, towards renouncing your family life and going towards spirituality. Second is the influence of separative planets, where and there comes the influence of Saturn, Rahu and Ketu. Saturn, Rahu and Ketu are separative planets. They detach the person from the worldly desires, they detach the person from all sorts of materialistic pleasures and give the person inclination towards going for enlightenment, going for adhyatma, which is spirituality, going for moksha, all these things. Then let's see the houses. What are the main houses for that? Main houses are first house, second house, fourth house, seventh house, eighth house, ninth house, 10th house and 12th house. These are the main houses, and this yoga, if happens in Kendra or Trikona, then it is considered as one of the most powerful yogas. So these houses, you will notice that all the houses which I have told you, they deal with the family life, they deal with the materialistic pleasures, they deal with, and other than two houses, which is 8th house and 9th house, all the rest of the houses deal with your family life, deal with your materialistic life, deal with your regular life. 8th house and 9th house both represent detachment. 8th house is detachment and 9th house is house of wisdom, house of Diksha. Diksha means gaining wisdom from a guru. So these two houses, the influence of these two houses should be there. Now let's talk about all the yogas which together form the Sannyas Yoga. First is when in anyone's horoscope four or more planets are sitting together in conjunction in particular sign, then it is known as Sannyas Yoga. But here, if it is happening, if 4 or more planetary conjunction is happening, there is a precondition for that, and that is the 10th house involvement is a must for having Sannyas Yoga if 4 or more planetary conjunction is happening. And if this conjunction is occurring in these Kendra or Trikona houses, then it shows that it is a very powerful and strong yoga. 10th Lord involvement is a must, because without the 10th Lord involvement, one cannot go towards renunciation. You cannot renounce your worldly desires, you cannot renounce your materialistic pleasures without the involvement of the 10th Lord. So 10th Lord involvement should be there. Next combination for Sannyas Yoga is when the 10th Lord from your ascendant and the 10th lord from your moon are together in any house. For example, take Libra Lagna and the 10th lord from the ascendant is moon, okay, is moon itself, and for example your moon is sitting in the 7th house. So 10th lord from moon here will be Saturn. So here moon and Saturn should be together. If they are together in Kendra or Trikona houses, then this yoga will create a sannyas yoga, a more powerful sannyas yoga. If it is happening in any other house also, still it is a sannyas yoga, but in Kendra or Trikona houses it is more powerful. When your 10th lord from the ascendant and moon are sitting together, the sun and moon should be involved in this yoga. If sun and moon are not involved in this yoga, it will not be considered as a sannyas yoga. So merely having the planets of the 10th lord from the ascendant and from the moon in conjunction in any house does not signify that it is a sannyas yoga, until and unless sun and moon are involved in that yoga. If sun and moon are involved either through Gemini aspect, either through Parashar aspect, either through conjunction, then they will then it will be known as a sannyas yoga, otherwise not. But if it is happening, it is most powerful sannyas yoga considered, more than the 4 or 5 planetary conjunction. It is much more powerful than that. Then for seeing the sannyas yoga tendencies, you have to see the influence of malefic planets, natural planets which cause detachment, like Saturn, Rahu, Ketu. Mars influence can also be seen because it is a natural malefic, but mainly Saturn, Ketu and Rahu, if they are influencing this yoga in the horoscope, if they are influencing this, if all 3 planets are influencing the moon and sun, or they are influencing the 2nd house, 4th house, 7th house and 12th house, then this shows that sannyas yoga is there are tendencies relating to sannyas yoga. Sannyas yoga occurring, you cannot say that, because for that you have to see other combinations which I have told above. So this is a plus point here, that the influence of Saturn, Rahu and Ketu should be there on the 2nd, 4th, 7th and 12th house, as well as on the sun and moon. Then the next combination which is considered as sannyas yoga is moon and Saturn if are sitting together in Arudha Lagna, not in your main birth chart, in Arudha Lagna. Arudha Lagna, if you don't know what is Arudha Lagna and how to calculate it, I will just tell you in brief that it is the exact same position in your horoscope of your Lagna Lord from where it is situated in the Lagna. For example, take Libra Lagna, take Venus. Venus is the Lord of the Lagna, and for example Venus is sitting in the 3rd house. So there is a difference of 3 places from the Lagna, means Venus is sitting in the 3rd house. So you have to count 3 places from the 3rd house where Venus is sitting. So counting 3 places from 3rd house becomes your 5th house, and this means your 5th house will become the Arudha Lagna. So if in your horoscope, in your Arudha Lagna, Saturn and moon are sitting together in the ascendant in the Lagna, or they are aspecting it by Gemini aspect, by Parashar aspect, or by sitting in that house, this shows that there is a sannyas yoga. But we will not consider it is at a very strong sannyas yoga. It is strong, but it will give results at a later point in life because of the involvement of Saturn. And it is not considered that strong because it is not involving the Lagna lord of the main birth chart, and it is not involving the sun. If it is involving the sun, it is very much fruitful, but generally what I am telling is it is a sannyas yoga but not that powerful as compared to other two yogas which I have told you previously. Next is, there are certain yogas which create sannyas yoga or add on to the sannyas yoga. These are, first is Muni yoga. Muni yoga is the placement of Lagna lord in your main birth chart with the Lagna lord of your D9 chart in the Lagna. Then this is known as Muni yoga. Muni yoga, for example, you are Gemini ascendant, Mercury is your Lagna lord, and in your D9 chart you are for example Scorpio ascendant, Mars is your Lagna lord. So if Mercury and Mars are both sitting together in the Lagna in your main birth chart, this creates Muni yoga. So Muni yoga gives sannyas tendencies to the native, and most of the time I have seen that these people never get married in their life because Muni yoga is happening. Next yoga is Panch Mahapurush yoga. Panch Mahapurush yoga, I have made a video on that. If you are not familiar with it, you can watch that video and learn that there are 5 types of Panch Mahapurush yoga. So if any one of them is occurring in your horoscope, I will say generally at least 2 should be happening, not 1. At least 2 should be happening for strong sannyas tendencies. At least 2. 1 will not contribute to the sannyas tendencies. So Panch Mahapurush yoga again acts as a plus point, acts as a add on to the main yoga of sannyas. Next yoga is Virinchi yoga. Virinchi yoga is very powerful sannyas yoga. In itself it is very powerful sannyas yoga. What is Virinchi yoga? Virinchi yoga happens when your Jupiter and Saturn both are strong and they are sitting in the Kendra houses, not in Trikona, only in the Kendra houses, and your 5th lord of your main birth chart is either sitting in the Kendra house or in the Trikona house. Then Virinchi yoga occurs. When Virinchi yoga occurs, this in itself is a sannyas yoga, and it is a very powerful yoga if it is acting as an add-on to the main sannyas yoga. This means that surely the person will attain sannyas at some point in his life. Which you can see is Ashtak Varg strength of Venus. Most of the time you will find that people who don't have a strong Venus Ashtak Varg strength are more susceptible to sannyas yoga. This is one condition. Again, it will not create full-fledged sannyas yoga, but it will again add to the main sannyas yoga. So Ashtak Varg strength of the Venus, you will find that it will be less in the horoscopes which are having sannyas yoga. If Ashtak Varg strength is more, then this will not negate the sannyas yoga, but it will show that there will be more bhakti rather than going towards Advaita Vedanta. Person will be more devoted. Bhakti means devotion. You will be more devoted towards the God instead of doing meditation and connecting your soul with the source energy. That is Advaita Vedanta. So you will not go there instead of going towards the devotion. The path will be different. So these are the various conditions which create sannyas yoga. Okay. Now let's see it with the example of 2 horoscopes. Here I have 2 horoscopes. First is of Gautam Buddha and second is of Swami Vivekananda. So as you will be able to see on your screen right now, the horoscope of Gautam Buddha. Here just see, I have told you the first condition, 4 or more planets sitting together in conjunction creates sannyas yoga. In Gautam Buddha's horoscope you can see that 5 planets are sitting in the 10th house: Sun, Venus, Mars, Saturn and Jupiter. And in this house you can see that it is creating the most powerful Maharaj yoga and the most powerful Neech Bhanga Raj yoga. One condition I want to say here is that if your sannyas yoga is happening along with the Raj yoga, this means that your sannyas yoga will fructify in your life surely, 100% it will fructify. So you can see here that the sannyas yoga is happening here. 5 planets are sitting in the Kendra house. I have told you that if this yoga happens in Kendra or Trikona houses, it is considered as one of the most powerful yogas. So it is very strong because it is happening along with 2 Raj yogas. One is Maharaj yoga, second is Neech Bhanga Raj yoga. Third is that it is happening in the 10th house itself, one of the most prominent Kendra houses. And you can see, I have told you the precondition for the 4 or more planetary conjunction is that the 10th lord should be involved. So here you can see the 10th lord Mars is involved in the yoga, and Sun and Moon should be involved in this yoga. So you can see Sun is involved in the yoga in 5 planetary conjunction, and Moon is aspected by this conjunction from the 4th house. Then you can see the influence of separative planets here, which is very important. See the influence of Ketu, Mars, Saturn and Rahu on 4th and 10th axis. You will see the influence of Ketu, Mars, Saturn and Rahu on the 4th and 10th axis, that is on Moon and Sun, which is very vital for fructification of the sannyas yoga. So in his horoscope, the sannyas yoga is very powerful. Next is, you can see the lord of the 9th house, which is Jupiter, is sitting in the 10th house along with the 10th lord Mars. So you can see here Jupiter represents religion, 9th house is the house of religion, and Jupiter is sitting in the 10th house. He invented a new religion. 9th house is the house of inventions. So he invented a new religion, Buddhism, and it was the main purpose, sole purpose of his life. You can see that because this yoga is happening in the 10th house. Now the next yoga which is adding on here is Virinchi yoga. I have told you that Virinchi yoga in itself is a sannyas yoga, but if it is happening in addition to the main sannyas yoga, it makes the main sannyas yoga even more powerful. So Virinchi yoga, you can see Jupiter and Saturn. The condition for Virinchi yoga is Jupiter and Saturn should be in Kendra. Jupiter and Saturn here are together in the Kendra house, 10th house, and the 5th lord, which is Mars, should be in Kendra or Trikona. So Mars is also participating in the conjunction with Jupiter and Saturn. So this is a very powerful Virinchi yoga because it is happening in the 10th house, and all the 3 planets are in conjunction. They are not merely placed in a single particular house. They are together in a conjunction. Now you can see here also the next combination for sannyas yoga, which I have told you, is see the 10th lord from ascendant and from the moon. 10th lord from the ascendant is Mars, and 10th lord from the moon is Moon itself. Both are in mutual aspect here, and that too in Kendra house. And you can also see here that the 2nd, 4th and 7th lord all are forming sannyas yoga, which means that it will it will divert him towards renunciation. Gautam Buddha was the emperor before becoming the monk. He was the emperor, he was the king, and this yoga, this horoscope truly depicts a king because of the 10th house. And but the influence of all the separative planets and on the 2nd house, 4th house and 7th house, and the influence of separative planets on sun and moon and 10th house diverted him towards sannyas. He attained sannyas, he renounced his throne, he renounced his family and went ahead in inventing a new religion called Buddhism. So this is the horoscope of Gautam Buddha which you have seen. So this is how sannyas yoga is occurring in his horoscope. Next example is of Swami Vivekananda. You will be able to see on your screen right now. See in his horoscope also. Here you will not find any 4 planetary or more conjunction here, but still there is a strong powerful sannyas yoga. How? First is that his 10th lord from the moon and the ascendant, which is Mercury. You can see here 10th lord from the moon is Mercury and 10th lord from the ascendant is Mercury, is sitting in the 2nd house in Parivartan yoga with Saturn, which is the separative planet. And the precondition when this yoga happens, that is conjunction of 10th lord from ascendant and moon, is there should be the involvement of sun and moon. So you can see here moon is involved here because moon is sitting along with Saturn in the 10th house, and sun is involved here because sun is sitting in the 1st house, but it is in a close Gemini aspect with sun with moon and Saturn. With moon and Saturn, sun is in close Gemini aspect. So this is a strong, very strong sannyas yoga, and this yoga again is occurring in the Kendra house of 10th house and 1st house, not anywhere else. So this makes this yoga very powerful. Second condition you see here is that the placement of sun. Sun is the 9th lord. The 9th house is the house of dharma, house of Vedant, house of wisdom, and sun is the planet of Vedant. Sun represents Vedant. So so you can see here that the lord of the 9th house is sitting in the 1st house. So he acquired the knowledge of Vedant from his guru Ramakrishna Paramhans, and he spread that knowledge worldwide through his lectures, through his teachings and preachings. Why those lectures happened, you see that also here. First, see the placement of Mars. Mars is the 12th lord sitting in the 1st house, closely aspecting the Lagna lord, which is Jupiter. So Jupiter itself represents spirituality. Mars is the 12th lord, means foreign lands, and sitting in the 5th house. 5th house is the house of Vedant. 5th house is the house of spreading Vedant. 5th house is the house of teaching. So he went abroad, he went to Chicago, which all the people know that his first lecture was in Chicago, and he gained maximum popularity for his lectures on Vedant worldwide. So you can see that also. Next is here moon is under the influence of Saturn and Ketu. You can see here moon is under the influence of Saturn and Ketu, which are the 2 main planets of detachment. Moon is under heavy influence of Saturn and Ketu, and Saturn and Ketu both are influencing his 2nd house also, which is why he renounced his family. He was not married though, but he had a family, and he renounced his family in such times when his family was in dire need of support from him. So he renounced his family. Why? because of the influence of Saturn and Ketu. Ketu is directly aspecting the second house and Saturn is the second lord in Parivartan Yoga with the 10th lord, that is Mercury. And Venus and Mercury together are sitting in the second house. Venus and Mercury, here you can see Venus is the 6th lord, Mercury is the 7th lord and 10th lord. 6th lord in spirituality represents Dhyan and 7th lord represents Samadhi. Both Dhyan and Samadhi are together in the second house. This shows that he has to renounce his family for going towards Advaita Vedanta, and he went there. Next is, here in his horoscope, his Atma Karak is Sun. Atma Karak is the planet with the highest degrees. His Atma Karak is Sun, and his Sun is Vargottam. Vargottam means it is in the same sign in both Lagna chart as well as the D9 chart. So his Sun is in Sagittarius in main birth chart as well as the D9 chart, and Sun is the Atma Karak, which means if Atma Karak is Vargottam, this shows that the native has a ripened soul. He is here to go towards all sorts of spiritual areas, and he went there. And Sun mainly represents soul in the natural form also. Sun is your soul, natural Atma Karak, and in his horoscope it is the Atma Karak, functional Atma Karak. So this adds on to the main Sannyas Yoga. So you can see here that how the things are happening in Vivekananda's horoscope. So we have seen the analysis of two horoscopes of Gautam Buddha and Swami Vivekananda, and now I think that you would be able to understand that what is Sannyas Yoga, how this happens, and what are its results. One thing I would like to state here is that don't think that Sannyas Yoga means no marriage. It does not mean no marriage. I am giving here the two examples which I have given here. Gautam Buddha was married, still he had a powerful Sannyas Yoga. He renounced his family life, he renounced his throne, he renounced his empire and went away. On the other hand, Swami Vivekananda was not married. There are certain yogas which can show no marriage, but Sannyas Yoga merely does not mean that person will not marry. This shows that person will have a strong inclination towards spiritual areas, a strong inclination towards moksha, a strong inclination towards attaining higher knowledge and wisdom, that is of Vedanta. And both these horoscopes contain strong moksha yoga. Moksha yoga is very strong in both of them. So this is how Sannyas Yoga is seen, and we have seen with the example of the horoscope. So this was my view on Sannyas Yoga, what happens when it occurs, how it occurs, and what results does it gives. So if you are new to my channel, subscribe below. For more, check on my Twitter and Facebook page. Otherwise, we will meet in the next video with some more topic to discuss. Till then, goodbye and thank you.